Now, a Hutch's weather update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson, brought to you by Robert Gibb and Sons.
And hello, everybody. Meteorologist Hutch Johnson with a note from my friends at Robert Gibb and Sons. Hey, have you heard of mini splits? Well, if you have a need for some heating or, cooling in your house, a mini split can get the job done. If you don't have a central AC system, consider a mini split. It's low maintenance. There's easy installation. And my friends at Robert Gibb and Sons have a $300 factory rebate plus up to $2,000 worth of tax credit. This deal is, the tax credit, I should say, is available until late in June. Call my friends at Robert Gibb and Sons. So good to have you on board as we head into our evening. We're going to update you on the rain. Will you see snow? Well, some could. Models are showing some cold air spilling in behind the system. I'll show you the latest on that. We'll look at how much rain has fallen. And we're obviously going to look ahead right now. Let's get started with that radar. And right now, as we look across our region, we have everything from tornado warnings and tornado watches to wind advisories across portions of the north. Now, notice the rain. All that's left of it is here in the eastern third of North Dakota. A break going on, though, in Lakes Country from Fergus Falls north toward and near Bemidji right now. So a little hole in the action right now as the heaviest of the rain has shifted off to the east. As is always the case, join Kathy. Let me know where you're watching from. Hi, Kathy. Good to have you on board. And I would love to have an update on how much rain you have seen. Now, let's take a look at the rain and the temperatures right now, because temperatures will be critical as to whether or not what we're seeing up north is going to change over to snow and when. But a hint. Woo-wee! Winter weather advisories for the mountains of the Big Sky country of Montana are in place. Let's take a look at the radar. Out in the James River Valley, we have showers and a little bit of moisture working its way into the New Rockford to Carrington strip right there. That area was missed largely with the first round, but you've picked up a little more additional rainfall here in the last few hours. How about Findlay out there, all the way north towards Larimore, and in Grand Forks County, we are seeing some showers, mainly in the western front. As we look up into Walsh County, Grafton Park River, and ending right at Lankin there. Boy, there's a heavier shower by Pisek also at this time. Those are pushing off to the north. Winnipeg getting a soaker. Now, as I mentioned, there is some active thunderstorm warnings and just expired tornado warning out to the east now, as storms are working their way towards Rockford and Madison out in Wisconsin. Now, for us, here's a look at our temperatures that are associated with this system. We'll start in our neck of the woods. I'm going to switch this radar over so we can turn on our local temperatures. Here you go. Even up north right now, as we zoom in, you can see, shortly you will be able to see, here we go, that our temperatures are in the low 40s right now. So still warm enough for just liquid or wet rain. Roseau, 45, 43 all the way up in Valhalla. Langdon, you have 41 degrees, so a little cooler there. Grafton, 41. Heavier rain showers showing up there right over that Park River to Lankin area, by the way, as well. And we had heavy rain around 4 o'clock in Bemidji. Clarine, thank you so very much for your update. Speaking of Bemidji, here's what you have going on. It's 41, 43 in the northern angle up there in Lake of the Woods County. We have 44 for Baudette at this hour. Down to the south, we're not too hot, mainly uniform in those mid 40s as the rain has exited places like Fergus Falls and Detroit Lakes for now. You are not done. You're just getting a nice little break in the rainfall activity. If you want to go out there and walk the cat on a leash, of course, that's the best way to do that, I think. All right, now as we take a grand look at what's going on out to the west, temperatures there are still holding in the low 40s. So even as we look up into the northwest corner of the state near Crosby, it is 41 degrees for those folks right there. Heading off a little bit farther out near Glasgow, is it getting cold enough for snow yet? Yeah, we're really close up north of the border as you get up there just north on Highway 2 up there in southern parts of Saskatchewan heading into the evening. So all in all, the temperatures are cooling off up north a little bit, and those 30s will allow for some of the precip we have in our area to mix it up with and change over to a few flakes of snow. How much rain did you get? All right, had some rain, Clarine says, later in the afternoon around 4 o'clock in Bemidji, and it's much needed. Now, where you see the deeper shades of blue, by the way, this data provided by my friends at the North Dakota Agricultural Network. Here's what we have. Darker blue, heavier rain. Many areas, including the central part of the state of North Dakota, picking up between 3/4 of an inch and an inch of rain. Bismarck, the state capital, picking up a 39/100ths, but you get up into McLean County up there near Max and points north towards Minot. We had a good 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain there. We did get a few spots with nearly an inch just off to the west of the Minot area for today. Maddock, 53/100ths for you, 79/100ths as we get up in that Rolla area. And in Towner County, 69/100ths of an inch. Walhalla closer to about a 4/10 of an inch to a 1/2 of an inch. So the northern Red River Valley finally has gotten some rain. Now we could have used another inch on top of this. You may see some more though before this is all said and done. Devil's Lake Basin, anywhere from 4/10 of an inch in or near Devil's Lake to 78/100ths up there on the county line with northern and western Nelson County. How about northwest Minnesota? Well, it was the driest of the area, with Thief River area picking up about a 1/4 of an inch, 4/10 in northern Polk County. As you go in towards Stephen and Argyle, it looks like nearly 3/10 to 35/100ths. Look at Lakes Country down here. Fergus Falls, 54/100ths near you. Get into the eastern reaches of your county. That's where the big winter was. Remember, central Minnesota was in some pretty extensive drought in that area. 69/100ths as we look to the north, not far from you folks up there. That's Bemidji, getting down into that Hubbard County area, 1.07 near Park Rapids, and the Wadena County area picking up some significant rainfall as well. So all in all, beautiful rainfall, much needed rainfall has fallen. Now let's take a look. And this is a 2-day total, by the way. I should highlight that. Again, my friends at the North Dakota Agricultural Weather Network has a very extensive network across most of our area in North Dakota and some of our area in northwest Minnesota. Thanks to them for collecting and maintaining that data set. All right, now let's take a look at this. Now, when we're looking outside at that national weather forecast here, we're going to show you a weather map, and this is kind of what you're used to seeing. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we're expecting on the national stage. Now, first and foremost, today's forecast has that severe weather risk in the Central Plains from southern Wisconsin right into Indiana, most of Illinois. That risk is not over yet, but it does continue. We have a risk also all the way back to the west where you see the red there. Now, when we look into the Northland, we see that rain chance, but look at the elevated terrain of Montana today, that's snow. Now, as we get into your Wednesday or hump day, the severe weather risk shifts into Michigan and Ohio, as well as Indiana. So that risk is going to shift east with this storm system. For us, we stay green across Minnesota with a chance of rain where you see the green. No snow in the forecast yet until, well, maybe there'll be a chance at a couple places getting some in the morning hours as we go into Thursday morning. So the best chance of that will be right along that international border. The severe risk returns to places like central and northeast Arkansas, the Boot Hill of Missouri, southern Illinois, southern Indiana, western Kentucky, including Memphis. If you look out into Tennessee. Now, that does stretch into the far southern reaches of Oklahoma and northeastern most Texas. That's the severe weather risk as we go into Thursday. So that's a look at that national weather picture now as we head through the remainder of the week. But here's what you need to know about this weather system. Let's take a look at the forecast, shall we? Here it is. Your forecast for the overnight. Temperatures will be near 40 degrees out in the big sky country of Montana, central parts of North Dakota, seeing those 40s or near 40 degree reading. Now, the coolest weather will be up in the oil patch, 35 degrees, but it's dry there. We're not seeing a lot of rain, but anything that does manage to drift across the border from the north could mix with a flake, but the chance is very small of that. We're all going to start in the valley our day with temperatures near 40 degrees. That includes you in Bemidji, but a little cooler up near the international border. And in northern Roseau County, I cannot rule out a flake or two mixing in with those rain showers. Now, the rain chances will be greatest in the morning. The wind will be the greatest in the morning. East winds, 22 to 33 miles per hour for most of us, but we will have from the west some decreasing winds. Here's what the weather map will look like. Notice where the isobars right here are close together through Bismarck and Minot. Those will be windier locations around 20 mile per hour gusts. The isobars get farther apart up here, less wind as we start the day, but this is where the rain chances will be. Could see a mix of precipitation near the international border in the valley. So overnight and into the morning hours, we'll have a chance of rain here. Then the rain will shift into mainly Minnesota as we go through the day. Here's what the afternoon forecast looks like. Temperatures cooler to the east thanks to the rain chances. We will have a chance to kiss 50 degrees here in the valley as we go through the day. So zooming on up into Thief River, 47, 48 up in Hallock, 50 to 55 in the Red River Valley. Best chance at some warmer weather will be south. Out to the west, it looks pretty cool. In fact, as those northwest winds will be persistent there and will be strongest in western North Dakota than they will be here in the valley. I think we'll be closer to 15 to 20 mile per hour winds here in the valley as we go into your afternoon, the best time of the day. Here's what the weather map looks like in the afternoon. Northwest, cold flow out of Canada, stronger winds out to the west, less wind here. And in fact, some of you may have a shift in wind, and it may be still briefly and lightly southerly in the east. And by the way, by the time we get to 5 o'clock, there's not much left of the rain, even in Minnesota yet. But see what's over my other shoulder? Whoops, over here. We're going to have a chance for some flakes of snow drifting in and across the region as well. Your hour-by-hour forecast looks like this. We're going to query one of these models for you, and I'm going to look for your feedback right here on this now that I've been wandering around and looking at all kinds of different information on here. Okay, so a half inch in Campbell. Vicky and Chris, thank you for the update. I sure appreciate it. 1 inch, 20 miles east of Wadena. All right, very good. Thank you for joining in and letting me know that. John, appreciate it very, very much. Your reports help a lot. Let's go ahead and take a look at this model. We're going to zoom into our region. This is a high-resolution model, and this high-resolution model shows that our rain chances is, let me load up a more recent version here. There we go. Okay. So this is going to show the showers we have now in eastern North Dakota will continue through the overnight. We'll have a chance for some rain through the overnight into central Minnesota once again. So you are not done in Otter Tail County. You're not done in places like the Brainerd Lakes area there for you, John Chapman, as you look east of Wadena. And as we look off into northwest Minnesota, we'll continue to see a rain chance through the overnight. Then as we go towards morning, the rain showers will exit the central part of North Dakota and focus mainly in eastern North Dakota. So there's that narrow band of moderate rain showers. That time frame right there is your drive to work at about 5 to 7 in the morning, moving right through the valley. Quieter conditions until you get off into the eastern part of the state. That's where Duluth will see some showers continuing as that low pressure system weakens and exits. Check this out though as we go toward the late day. Here's your evening drive. Lighter winds, dry conditions for most except the arrowhead of Minnesota. Look what's moving in the oil patch, folks. Gusty northwest winds, a secondary surge of cold air is what that looks like to Hutch, and that means there'll be a flying flake in the forecast for the oil patch, at least briefly. Then as we warm up into the daytime hours, it looks like that will kind of drift away. So that's a look at your forecast as we go through the next 24 hours. And now let's take a look at what it looks like by the tail of the tape on Hutch's fantastic, fabulous 7-day outlook. Number one, yeehaw! Give me a yeehaw, would you? Right in the comments. 33 degrees is our average low now. We are above freezing on average from morning to night. So on average, we're above freezing now. That's a great sign. Records, though, would indicate that from time to time, we can see temperatures as cold as around 10 degrees this time of year. Keep that in mind if you're planning on leaving your plants out. 56 degrees in Fargo tomorrow. A morning sprinkle will be likely, but the rest of the day, not too bad. Decreasing wind, all in all, we may even see just a peak or two of sunshine. Morning flake chances in the north. I'm not calling for flakes in Fargo. 44 degrees as we cool off. Look at this. Temperatures in the morning in the 20s. We could still see a remnant flake in northern Minnesota on Friday. I'm talking north of Highway 2 up there near the international border, maybe by Highway 11. A few flakes are in the forecast for Friday. Doesn't look too bad. Temperatures near 40 in Fargo. That will be the bottoming out of the thermometer. Then the rebound is on as basketball season is hitting its highlights. 51 Saturday, 58 is great on Sunday. We'll call that milder. And then we get wilder again as those sweet and super 60s return to the valley. Yeehaw, Clarine says, and yeehaw, says Kathy. That's right. Loading up in Arizona and heading to North Dakota on Sunday and hoping it works. Oh, we all hope it works too. Have safe travels. I think we looked at the forecast for you there, Lane, on that a little bit ago, and I hope you saw it. If not, go check out my 4 p.m. forecast at the very end there. I went ahead and looked at that forecast. Looks like pretty clear sailing for you there. Thank you so very, very much for tuning into Hutch's Weather, for putting your trust in me with your weather information. I truly appreciate it. I hope it's been convenient for you. Coming up very shortly, in fact, before the end of the week, I expect to have a very big announcement for you, and look for me to schedule something on that here within the next 24 hours. All in all, Lane, have safe travels. Vicky, yeehaw to you as well. Thanks for watching, and we'll tune in again, or I hope you can tune in again and get the latest updates from me as you go through your day tomorrow. Hump day.